Let me talk about my experience on the Walmart dedicated. I ran there for about a week. Walmart dedicated. The company I work for is large. One of the leading carriers in this country. I'm not going to call a name. I kind of like my job. Been here going on 6 years. It's okay. But back here about 3 months ago, they sent me out of Dallas up into Oklahoma to run this Walmart freight for about a week. And it was awful. It was awful. When I made it to the DC for the first time and checked in with the people, it was about 4 or 5 people back there. I introduced myself. They knew I was there for it. Nobody back there bothered to give me a quick rundown of the operations. I talked to the guy. I talked to a lady at the counter. Then she said, this such. He different. The guy that was over there, he said, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, fine. You hear that? I said, yeah. He said, okay, well, I'll put you down, give you a load tomorrow. That was it. That was it. But they ended up sending me my first load that night, that evening. They didn't bother to give me a layout of the yard, where to find the loaded outbound trailers at, what section to put the empties back in when I come back. They didn't bother to tell me anything concerning the job. So from day one, from my first load, I had to figure out everything on my own. I did this for about a week. The first day or two, it was kind of easy. They didn't say nothing. I had to figure out where the loader trailer was at. They didn't bother to give me any kind of heads up. Okay, so from the jump, I had to start figuring stuff out on my own. Where to pick the loader trailers up at. So okay, then I had to figure out when I came back where to put the trailers at. I had to figure out about the fueling. I had to learn the stuff as I went. And then of course, when you're doing something for the first time, and you have to figure out and you have to ask questions. You go in there and ask people a few questions. It's like they don't really want to take the time to answer a question or two. And I'm not that type of person that's going to force somebody to interact with me, because I count a 10 to go in left field kind of quick. Not easily, but it don't take a whole lot. If I feel like I'm getting the cold shoulder about somebody, I question people. And people in society and jobs, they don't like that. So I just started looking at drivers and doing stuff on the fly. Okay, the first day or two, I think I ran it for about almost 2 weeks. I found out after I had a bad day and wanted to get off it, I found out that I was only supposed to be on this for like 2 days. I said, well, didn't nobody tell me. He said, yeah, they supposed to. You didn't tell me this, and they didn't tell me this. But the first couple of days was okay. They started me kind of like, I had like 2 stops. Came back, no problem, no issue. But the first store was a Sam Club. Second stop was a Walmart. Sam Clubs is okay. But still, when you go into them stores for the first time, you don't know the routine or nothing. You have to kind of feel your way, whatnot. Sam Clubs, they unload pretty quick. But those Walmart stores, oh man. Them Walmart stores, I found after about 2 or 3 days, they started loading. They started coming down on me about what to do, what not to do. You spending too much time at the stores. You only have 45 minutes at each stop. I said, well, what about when we get here at these stores? I started finding this stuff out quick, especially about the Walmart store. You got to pull around to the back in the dark, beat on the door. If they don't come to the door, you got to go around to the front of the store, try to get somebody to let you in, come back. All that you got to do all that all in 45 minutes. It'll stop all together. And I didn't know a lot of this from the get-go. So I was pulling up to the store and parking. A Walmart truck was in the door. Another. So they didn't like that. You only have once you reach the stop, you only got 45 minutes total. I said, what? I said, what? On my last day, I did that. I went to the store, had to deal with managers, shift duties manager at night. They didn't want to open the door. They looking at the driver crazy, didn't want to take the freight. I said, you got to do all this in 45 minutes from the point we get to the store? I said, take it. I found out very quickly that it wasn't easy going into them Walmart stores. If they did let you in quick, off the time, you have to stand there and wait till they make room to receive the product. So all that in 45 minutes. They told me once you get to a store, you only have about 10 to 15 minutes to knock. If they don't call us, if they don't open call us, we'll hit them. And I had it on my last day. I had it out with them folks because they were harassing me to death about them stops. I said, look, I ain't in control of this stuff. I said, y'all send these trucks out here with 45 minutes at each stop. When we get to a Walmart, they got about 3 or 4 docks, 2 docks, all of them full. You got to wait in line. So you got to hustle at every stop. Run it, beat, knock on the door, ring the bell. If they don't come, go around the front. If they don't, call the dispatch. Let them call. I said, shouldn't y'all already alert these people? Y'all been running this stuff. These stores, y'all already know about these stores, how hard it is. Y'all want the driver to do all this hustling? I said, y'all already know the procedure. Y'all know when we come to these stores, them Walmarts, it take them quite a while. Unless you got like one pallet or so. Most of them had about, them Walmart trailer had like sections, free zones, 3 zones in the trailer. You might have frozen, dairy, and meat. And you have to sometimes pull out a couple pallets, raise the wall, the insulated wall, the curtains to get to the product back there that's supposed to be kept frozen or whatnot. The driver got to go there and pull all it, and then all that stuff down. But they want all that got to be done within 45 minutes. If not, call and let them know. So I told them, I said, I got to live by the phone. I got to do all this hustling and live life by the phone too. Every few minutes, I got to call, let y'all know I'm delayed here. I'm delayed here. I'm delayed here. It's just such. I had it out with them folks on the phone. They brought me out. No, I ain't doing another one of these loads. I want out of here. I'm not finna be caught in this stuff and doing this stuff. Then the miles ain't there. You got to hustle to get a check. They killed me. That week I came over here, I don't know why my dispatcher put me on this. But I said, okay, 3 days, I'll go around Walmart for it. But, man, it didn't take long to figure out that this stuff is some straight up bull. Well, nothing I was doing wrong. I just wasn't hustling enough. Look, I'm not that type of person. Confrontation, they put their Walmart stuff, put a driver in the position of having to have confrontation with them people. I did. I pulled up to one Sam's and I was on time, but that guy now, he still had a problem. What time did you leave the dock? What you mean? I'm on time at this stop, ain't it? So what's it matter? They said you left. It don't matter. I'm on time, but I didn't leave early like they said that. I don't know who told you that lie. But if I'm here on time, what's the that matter anyway? I couldn't figure that out. But the Sam Clubs and the Walmart are drastically different. Sam Clubs are more set up on warehouse. They got forklift. They got people gonna pull the stuff off. But they are more subject to having confrontations like I did. In my other Sam Club that I went to over there close to Texarkana, the black lady, she was good, cool, but it had something like Hispanic lady. I didn't know. The black lady raised the door up. She hunted it, but when I got finished, they went in the office and came and the woman and the Hispanic lady, what you waiting on? We been through it, yo, whatever. I said, I don't know. I said, I wait on y'all to come close it, to raise the dock on that. You supposed to do that. Lady, I don't know that. You ain't never seen me a day in your life. See, they put you, I know driving trucks, you got to deal with people. You got to deal with people attitudes. But when you on that Walmart stuff, you subject to that 2 or 3 times a day, every day of the week. Then you ain't making no money. You got to hustle with the stops to make money. I said, this stuff ain't worth it to me. I got to hustle. I ain't making no money. Then I got to put myself in tough situations every day for Walmart freight. Going to these stores. These people got attitudes and stuff like that. They don't want to receive stuff. Y'all, they constantly getting trucks in. Then they taking the frustrations out on the driver. Driver coming in behind me in a rush. That's how I found out at one store down there near Sherman. A driver came in behind me. He was like, "What?" I said, "I'm out here waiting." I ain't know. He said, "You get behind, they'll tag you if you spend too much time at one store or not." They do. They will. Even when you waiting on them, yeah, you'll get in trouble. They'll tell them. So that 2 weeks, after that first 2 or 3 days, it was awful. It was awful. I told that lady on the phone at the dispatch office. I said, when I first started this job, when I first came over here, I came in that office. I introduced myself. I talked to all y'all. Y'all didn't bother to give me any type of heads up. Y'all didn't bother to tell me nothing about the yard layout, where to pick the loader trailer. Y'all didn't bother to tell me one thing concerning the job. I said, y'all didn't bother to tell me from day one. Y'all didn't bother to tell me one thing, and it was 5 or 6 of y'all back there. Nobody couldn't take the time to give me a quick rundown. But then they started piling on stuff and started calling my phone. Where you at? You late? Because they could see me when I pull up to a store. If it take a while, they got it on it. They had a app. They can see. Well, they call me. Why you still there? So. Well, I'm waiting to get unloaded. Ain't got number one dog. A driver in the, well, you supposed to call us and let us know when you got. Look, I don't know all this. And then I said, all this stuff is unnecessary to me. Y'all should at least give at least 2 hours per stop, because y'all already know what the business is. Y'all know what the issues is. Y'all know these stores are hurt, but y'all still want to lean on the driver? Put me behind the gun? Oh, you got to go in there. If anybody call us, then we go around to the front. All I got to do, you walk around to the front of the store, folks looking at you crazy. Special black man walking up at the night. You go out there behind the store, it's dark. You got a doorbell. You can ring the bell and hear people back there talking, but they will not open the door. I told her, I said, all this stuff ain't worth it to me. I said, I want off this stuff. Y'all can have this. I ain't asked to come over here no way. I'll never do that again. I don't care what comes out. If they got a Walmart account, I'll never do it again. Forget that. Unless I'm going in doing dry freight and going dropping trailer and hook. That's the only way I do it. But I still don't see how you're gonna make some money, because you got to hustle. You get what, $15, $20, $15 per stop? You might have 3. Most times you're gonna have 2 stops. Then you got to hustle back to the terminal. You know, well, they got you time. They know you coming in, but then ain't nothing on a set schedule. They'll send you a message on the computer when your next load ready or something. Your load ready or something. Oh, man, y'all can have this. Y'all can have this crap. Them cars start calling my phone, start harassing me. Y'all got to write something about it. I told them, look, y'all didn't bother to tell me not one thing about this job when I came in and talked to y'all. Y'all, nobody. That's the type of person I am. I mean, if you let the world push you around, the people, they will do that. Why people, you get upset too easy. No. I used to be quiet and let, if you don't stand up for yourself, the world will push you around. People lie on you. I've been in places, people lie on you. I had a girl down in Texas at a store about 4 months ago that lied on me, plain as day. She didn't like the fact that I was looking at her. She was a Hispanic girl. I wasn't really looking at her, but from where I was at and the lady I was dealing with a scale ticket, I had to look in her direction. But I was already standing at the counter all the time before she came up there. She came up there and started helping another guy with some cigarettes, and she was and she looked at me. I was looking toward her. I was looking at her because she was in my line of sight, but I was looking at the other lady all the time. She didn't like that. She said something to me. She said something to me. I said, "Lady, what you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at you, but I ain't looking at you." I said, "You in my line of sight. This lady I got to look at her." I said, "What's the problem?" "I'm going to have you banned." "For what?" "You know what you did. What did I do?" This type of world we live in. That's how a lot of men done got caught up. Now, you going to holler, what? You going to jump? What did I do? You accusing me of something. And you start acting like a child. You know what you did? What did I do? You know what you did ain't a crime. What did I do? Did I say something to you? I couldn't have said nothing to you because you got a man standing right here and another lady standing right there. It ain't like I'm in earshot of you where I whisper something in your ear. I'm standing way over here. So if I said something to you, that means everybody would have heard it, and it had to have been inappropriate. But he didn't turn and look at me. That lady down there didn't turn and look at me. Only somebody got an issue is you. What is the fact that I'm a black guy and you don't like the fact that I might be looking toward your way and you think I'm looking at you? That's the society we live in. If you don't want nobody to look at you, you don't need to be working out in the public. If you're a woman, if you have a preference of what men look at you or not, working in a store is not your gig. Because you can't stop people from looking at you. If I look at you, that don't mean I'm staring you down in a sexual way, but that's the way you in my line of sight, lady. Now ask the other lady. She was black girl. I said, did I say anything? I ain't know, I don't know. I said, tell the truth. Don't sit up there and do that. You didn't hear me say nothing to this woman. She didn't hear me say nothing to her. She started instigating a situation. Oh, well, nothing, then got mad. You know what you did? I'm going to have you banned from the store. I said, what did I do? If you're going to accuse me of doing something towards you, and you can't tell me what did I do, what you going to tell the people when you report me to have me banned from the store? What you going to tell them? I looked at you? Is that the crime? Did I go out my way to come and look at you and stare at you? No. I'm already at the counter waiting on this lady to go on the other end of the counter and print my paper out, and you just so happen to get in my way. What I'm supposed to do? Turn all the way around and not, for the sake of not looking at you, I'm going to look that way. Just in case she asked me some questions like she was doing. What make you important? What make you think you the center of attraction, of attention? This type of world we live in. I tell people, I have you banned from the store. Over what? Please tell me, over what? You might have the issue. You might need to find you another job where you can work at home, work behind the scenes or something. But that's why I told them people at my terminal. But look, y'all didn't bother to tell me anything about this job. Y'all just brought me in, signed me up, put me on the list, and started me. And nobody, all you folks back there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nobody bothered to tell me any type of thing about the job. And y'all knew I came in here from off the road. So y'all knew that I didn't know. But yet, you start calling my phone about 2 or 3 days later, harassing me, sending a message to Frida. Look, y'all should have told me some of this stuff from the get-go. You only have 45 minutes per stop. If you don't, I said, why don't y'all didn't give me some of this rundown the day I started? Y'all had plenty of time. Y'all ain't even got nothing on the paper to give to the driver when he come in there to kind of let them know what the deal is. So why you calling my phone? Y'all calling my phone now. Then I got to deal with this stuff. Deal with these folks at these stores. I got to try to get in the store, then get in the store. You got to deal with them attitude. One in the Walmart store, they heard me ringing that bell. I was knocking on the door ring. I heard 2 guys, 2 or 3 people right there by the door messing with a pallet jack. I stood out there in the dark almost a half an hour. So happened I walked to my truck and she opened the door. She came back there and opened the door and looked at me. I said, I been ringing this doorbell back here. She wasn't nobody back. I said, yeah, they were. I was hearing 2 guys talking, messing with a pallet jack. That's the type of stuff I was dealing with. Well, y'all can have this job. I never get on a dedicated again. Well, if you go up to, somebody told me, well, if you go up to Cheyenne, that's a good one up there. They're around. I ain't going way up there for that. Forget that. I don't want to have nothing to do with them again. I done got my chase done. Dealing with the dispatcher in the stores. Then on top of that, the money is low. You got to hustle to make the money. I took a major drop that week. I got my check. This ain't nothing but a joke. Them drivers do it though. I don't like that.